YouTube, what's going on? I'm Jay Shoe Fanatic, back again, back with another review. Thanks for sticking in there. If you've made it this far, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that good stuff. You know, it helps me out, helps the channel out. But without further ado, like I said, I don't like to waste your time. You see the review, and hopefully, this shoe, it sticks with you, because I actually do like it. I think it's far too slept on and underrated, considering especially here in 2020, we're at the 30th anniversary of the Jordan 5. So let's check it right out, man. And it is the Jordan 5 Satin Bred things, man. And I think this shoe is fantastic. Take a look at that shoe. Get all around it, soak it all in, enjoy its goodness. I think this shoe is severely slept on and underrated. And I'll tell you why. As far as colorways go, a black and red Jordan 5 is as classic as it gets. I think the thing that stopped these from being as popular as they could have been is most likely the satin material. Only reason I think that is a thing is because it creases extremely fast. It is not very durable in terms of staining and, like I said, creasing. But the shoe itself, the colorway, I mean, come on, take a look at this thing one more time, man. If you love the Fire Red 5, which I've explained numerous times at this point that I skipped out on it, and I do have some regrets about skipping out on it, but if you love the Fire Red 5s, there's no reason why this shouldn't be an amazing complement to that shoe. Now, granted, I get that that shoe is an OG colorway. That shoe, is iconic and classic. It's right up there with the infrared 6s and all the other ones that Jordan had on his feet. But this is a good complementary shoe to that one. I don't know why people are sleeping on this one. Other than the satin, man. You know what I mean? It's got the red's on the side there with the black shark teeth, and there's paint splatter, black paint splatter that adorns the red portion of it with an icy bottom. You know what I mean? As you can see, there's the black Jumpman underneath the translucent icy bottom with a 3M reflective tongue, which I'm going to turn on the camera, the flash in a minute and show you that one. But man, I mean, I don't get it. A lot of times what I think will hit doesn't hit, and a lot of times what hits, it just shocks me. This didn't hit. You know what I mean? This is going to be had for under retail on StockX. I paid retail for it. It was kind of a last minute addition. You know what I mean? I thought the shoe was going to go up in price because the satin ones had come out in a similar colorway. And those were the women's satin ones, if I recall right. So I pulled the trigger on these shoes, which if I was a little more patient, I could have been able to get this shoe for under retail at this point. But again, it's kind of like a stock market of things. You know what I mean? It's when some things you don't think are going to go up, they go up. Some things you think are going to, stay low, they do stay low. It just depends on if they're inverse or not. So that's ended up what ultimately happening with this shoe. Thankfully, I did pay retail and not over for it, so I can sleep, with my decision at that point. So again, I'm gonna go around it. I'm gonna give you an up close and depth look at it. You can see I've only worn a shoe maybe 2 or 3 times, and it does show signs of creasing. Now, at some point, I'm gonna pull out my shoe shields, or the heel shield, toe shields, and I'll show you what I use. They're a little bit beat and worn at this point, but I do wear them with this particular shoe. And as you can see, there are creases in the toe area. I think what's going to end up happening too is there's eventually going to be some creasing back here or around the ankle to heel portion of the shoe. And that's just from the compression and walking, on the back of it as you do naturally. I don't see too much of that right at this moment, but there will be some, no doubt. So like I said, I can't say it enough. I don't understand why this shoe just didn't pop. Maybe a little difference if there was maybe some white here on the shark's teeth. But I think the shoe comes together very well. Paint splatter, black shark's teeth, translucent heel. The lace lock is clear. And I believe this may be Fire Red. I think Fire Red is a very popular colorway for Jordan to use, and I don't think there's any exception. But does have this 3M tongue, as you can see. Now turn the flash on. So now with the flash on, hopefully you can see that this tongue is indeed reflective. That was true for the Laney review I did the other day. And again, You know, 3M can be overdone, but this particular case, I think it's a nice touch to go to an already, for the most part, gorgeous shoe. Satin shoes don't particularly tend to do well, it seems. So the Jordan 1 women's Bred Jordan 1 satin did extremely well. I think that shoe price-wise is out of here. But conversely, the black satin one that came out, I think within the last 3 months, maybe in January, the one that's always shown with the red lace, didn't do well at all. So it's really hit or miss with the satin, but I think satin shoes tend to turn people off. Let me get rid of this this flash. So I'm gonna pull out the shoe tree and show you the inside of the shoe. And as you can see, the shoe tree comes out. On the interior, it's just a regular red insole with the black Jumpman. And as usual, written on the inside of the tongue are different things. In this particular case, normally they just say Air Jordan on the inside, but this shoe does have a pretty decent message, and each one says something different. On the left shoe, which I guess because it's mirrored, on the left shoe, since we read left to right, does say recognize, and on the right shoe says greatness. Recognize greatness, which is pretty cool touch on this shoe. You know, I'll say it again. I don't know why people didn't like this shoe. This one, in addition to the Laney, does have a clear netting that is backed by the black satin underneath. And, you know, on the Jordan 4, I don't know if I talked about this in the Jordan 4 video. On the Jordan 4, the netting extends to beneath the lace line, whereas this one has the material, in this particular case, satin, which does come up about a quarter of the way. The next 50% is covered by the netting, and the rest is by that 3M tongue. I'm not a huge fan of the Jordan 5 silhouette in particular. The fire red 5s would have been nice. What's the other ones? The black metallic 5s would have been nice to go with some PSG stuff that I have. The PSG 5s would have been nice to have, and a couple of different ones. The off-white 5, obviously, which, you know, I'll probably never get my hands on. But this is a dope shoe. It's, you know, it's fantastic. Slept on. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. As far as Jordan 5s go, Heritage, Bulls, and Jordan Brand go, this one should have been a lot more well received than it was. Couldn't tell you. But I hope you all enjoyed this review. Do me a favor, hit that like button again, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for me. That helps the channel, help me out. Follow me on Instagram, J_shoe_fanatic, and check the on feet. Stay to the end, check the on feet, see how I rock these, how I put these together. I think this is a pretty dope shoe for the winter, fall. Could be a summer shoe, who knows? Just check it out, man. I lost the words for why this shoe didn't move. Couldn't tell you why. But that's my review. Thank you guys for sticking around. Stay tuned. You know, salivating thinking about it. My favorite silhouette, the Jordan 6, coming up next. I hope you guys stick around for that. You know, I'm gonna really be excited to talk about those shoes. But before I get to that, this once again was the Jordan 5. This is the Satin Bred. Take it easy, man. Check the on feet. Thanks a lot.